Hello, my beautiful plant people. How are we today? For those of you that have never met me before, I am Sam from Plant Collector Melbourne, and today we find ourselves at the Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show, which is in Carlton, Victoria, and we are just outside the Royal Exhibition Building where me and the team are doing some workshops, we are doing a stall, and we are very much involved in lots of indoor plant things inside. We find ourselves outside on this beautiful day, and Leanne and I thought that would be a really good opportunity to show you around the show, what it involves, and for those of you that can't make it to the show, at least you can see some snippets here on YouTube. So, without further ado, let's take on the tour. To the workshop space where Ted, myself, and the team at PCM have been working super hard. This is where we are showcasing Ted's preserved moss art as well as doing all of the workshops. So let me take a tour for you. So here we have a lot of Ted's beautiful art pieces. This one is definitely one of my favorites, even though it doesn't have any driftwood. But a lot of people have been coming through never seeing preserved moss art before, which is super special. And I'll show you guys some of my favorite ones. So Division definitely is one of my favorites. This one is also one of my favorites. I think the reason why is because of the shape of the wood. I think it's super cool. We've also got some preserved ferns and eucalyptus, which is in fact real. And I'll even show you guys the layout. So this is where everyone does their workshop with Ted. Ted is normally over here while he demonstrates. And if you come over this way, we can see Ted and Diane in the background. But here, if this looks familiar to you guys, this is Ted's vivarium that is normally in our store in Richmond. So we brought it to the show. Luckily, I have very strong friends that helped us into moving it from PCM to here. It is incredibly heavy. I think the last time I asked Ted how heavy it was like 80 kilograms. So I'm lucky I have very strong friends and a very strong Jacob. I'll get you guys to take a look, because it has changed since the last time you saw it on YouTube. And so I think the biggest updates are this guy, the Crystallinum Midnight Velvet. This leaf was teeny tiny when it started here at the show, and now it has grown exponentially and getting bigger. We've got, what else has Ted added? Actually, if you come in really close, you can see this little guy. And I totally forgot the name of it, but our friend Chi-Hawk, who's actually helping out at the show, gifted me that from when he came back from Japan. And we have a fun game where I grab it and I hide it within the vivarium every so often. So he's hiding in there. We've got some begonia now. And I think Ted's put in some ferns, which is new. But yes, it is looking a lot happier and a lot greener now that we are feeding it. And from the workshop space, if we move more to our left, we have Jin. Say hi. And we have our beautiful little consult space where we have our design consults. Can you guys be in it? Yay! Look who's in our consult space.
Hello.
It's Ted and Dee. I'm Diane. Hi, YouTube. So here we were having our free consults for anyone that wanted to do any planty projects. I've got to show you some beautiful marketing that Leanne made for us. Come. Isn't this super sexy? So Leanne made this, and this is what we are trying to push in the show, is that we've got our beautiful preserved moss art, but really that it doesn't have a limit of a frame. We definitely would like to do more of this work in the future, and we're super excited. So this is a project between Ted, Diane, and myself, and we've gotten some pretty cool project inquiries, which is awesome. Over here, this is always a showstopper. Back in 2022, so 2 years ago, when we did Kokedama workshops, we had a big version of this, and everyone was asking what it was and was taking photos of it. So I know that this one is very popular, so I decided to take it. So it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now I'll put this back to normal. Maybe I'll show you another piece of Ted's art. So in the design consult space, we're also, majority of the PCM team have just been sitting and relaxing. We've got more of Ted's art, but also this beautiful piece here. And I think this one is also one of my favorites. Maybe it's the size, but mostly I think it is because of the beautiful driftwood. You can probably see in the back some of our students that have come through the workshop, and they've decided to leave them here up until they're finished at the show. The workshops have been so much fun and so great. We are so lucky because majority of the workshops have booked out, whether that's Kokedama or the preserved moss. But yes, we have had so much fun in this workshop space. But enough about workshops, let's move on to the next space. And now we are here at this stall. I am so happy this year with how it turned out. So I have very many people to thank, including Danny, Tristan, Colin, all of the gang that has helped me to make this store so beautiful. So come to the front, I got something to show you. So here we have our display for the stall. I have many people to thank, which is Danny, Tristan, Bun, and of course, Win from Foliage Freak. Our beautiful Win came down from Cairns to help us execute and create this beautiful piece. So some of these things should look familiar to you because some of them are from PCM, such as our classic Crystallinum Cross Magnificum, I think. This always comes with me when we do shows and things like that because of the size, the velvetyness, everyone really loves it. Cool things like the huge Veitchii and everything else that you can see are actually cuttings. So it is day 4 of the show, which is on a Saturday. So some of these things are looking for wear. So you can see here, we've got some beautiful, I believe this is this an anthurium, Leanne? Do you know what that is? I'll have to ask Win. And we've got some Brandtianum, we've got some Syndapsis, Polyschistum, a rock. I don't know if you can see behind it, but we've got a humidifier going on in there. Polydactylum, a huge monstera leaf, which is courtesy of Colin. What's this? Oh, Colombian No ID. I totally didn't realize that was here. That beautiful thing over there. Some Dean McDowells. But yeah, that is the beautiful installation or display piece that we came as a team. And let me show you more inside the stall. Who is that? We will get to them shortly, I promise. But first off, here is the beautiful display. So it is, again, day 4. We only have the rest of today and tomorrow. So we are looking a little barer than what we started with, which is great. But yeah, you can see all of these beautiful things. And actually, I'm seeing this guy, Philodendron patriciae. I'm actually very surprised that this is still here. We have our cabinet that has our Anthurium rivulare. What else do we have? Oh, these fun things that Leanne has made. Look how cute our amendments are. Look at the stickers. So on the side, Leanne and I decided that we kind of wanted it to be like books on a shelf. So we've got a little bit of a sticker on the side, and you've got premium sphagnum moss, aroid mix, and jumbo perlite. So we've had that. Our tried and true GT, which has been selling like crazy. You can see here we have some more of Ted's art. This crazy looking colored moss. This one's probably one of my favorites as well. That one's definitely one of my favorite pieces that Ted has made. And what could be over here? Hello! Welcome back to Will. For those of you that have not seen, how we doing? Will is, if you haven't seen him before, he was in one of our latest YouTube videos where we reacted to
some TikToks. They're pretty spicy.
Yeah. So if you haven't watched that video, feel free to watch above. But I wanted to do more of like an interview vibes kind of style, my Will. So how many days have you been here at the show now?
So this is my first day working, but I have been here 2 days now.
Lovely. And what would you say is your favorite part of the show so far?
I have just loved seeing all the people who are really new to plants just get really inspired by what they've seen here today.
Yeah, love it. And what's one of the things that has like surprised you the most at the show?
I think what has surprised me the most is there's been a couple of people who, due to my own biases, I would have thought they were like slightly new to the hobby, but they come in, they see the Veitchii, and they just go, yep, sell it to me. And I've had to go, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you're a collector.
Yes.
But in my brain, they don't look like what I think a collector looks like.
What even is that?
I don't know, but I've just really had to like check my biases and go, anyone here could be a collector.
Yeah,
and that's what surprised me the most.
Yeah. I think for me, it's like there's a lot of interstate people.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people come in and they're like, wow, wow, wow. And then they're like, oh, wait, I can't take this back or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've definitely had a few people who pick up a really nice plant, go, I wish I could take this with me, and then find out they live in Perth. And
like,
I'm like, well,
unlucky.
Imported, I guess. Like.
Amazing. All right, I'm going to leave you my Will to go back to your thing, and I'm going to try and find other people to.
We'll see you around. Bye.
This is Colin, our water boy. I'm kidding. He doesn't want to be on. So now I'm going to instead have Danny. Yes, come. No. I don't even know what questions to ask you. Okay. So for those of you that have not met Danny before, here is Danny. Danny, what's your Instagram again?
Leafy__boy.
Yeah, boy. And so Danny and Tristan and Bun have helped out in creating, and of course Win, into creating this piece. I want to know your inspiration. Tell me what your thoughts are.
Desperation, stress, and deadlines that we have to meet. Yes.
To tell everyone, how many days did it take you to create this thing?
3 days. 3 days. Mostly Tristan. So Tristan made like 80% of it. He did the foundation.
And with help with Bun?
With help with Bun, and it's all recycled material, so the cost is really low. It's really easy to make. Yeah, I'm not meant to be a bricklayer or a tradie whatsoever. I'm meant to be a housewife that cooks and cleans and waters my houseplants. I never want to work with concrete ever again. No.
Never again.
Yeah, and all the moss, most of the moss is found in your back of the store.
Oh yeah. So for those of you that don't know, PCM has a back section of the store which I never show anyone because it's a bit horrendous. But it's a big, I don't know what, like, is it by like 6 by 3?
It's a jungle.
It's a jungle. Yeah. Anyway, so we've got like a backyard part and there is moss growing out there. So they use that on the display.
A lot of the foliage is from Win in Far North Queensland. And you pull one out. So she got this from like her neighbours, her own backyard. They just cut leaves and they don't care. Whereas us Southerners, if we cut one of our big leaves, we're like, nah, no thanks.
No.
Absolutely not.
And so what we've also done is that we spray it every day. The leaves, some of them have like either foam or water vials so that it tries to stay for as long as it can. But yeah, these are all pretty much cut leaves. Stunning. Okay, last question, my Danny. What has been... Have you gone outside yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay, what's your favorite thing that you've seen?
Ooh, the Sproutwell greenhouses.
Yeah.
I really want one.
Yeah.
They've got huge ones. Yeah, you need one.
I know, I need one. But what color?
Black, obviously.
Duh, I shouldn't have asked.
Black. We're both matching today.
Yeah. Actually, Danny bullied everyone into wearing black today.
I didn't bully. I just said, please wear black.
No, you did not.
Please.
You were like, everyone wear black.
I didn't threaten you.
No, you didn't threaten me, but still. All right, thank you, my Danny.
No,
I'll leave you too. Bye. So let me show you guys the top 3 things that I find so spectacular and beautiful down here. I believe that they call this the like floral hall or the flower hall. So there's not actually a lot to do with indoor plants. There's probably maybe like one display. And of course, hopefully you can see it in the background. It's Paradisia's incredible display. So let's get in a little bit closer, shall we? So So this is Paradisia's incredible display. Of course, classic stuff like crystals. They somehow always manage to put dinosaurs in there. Beautiful plants. We've got some monkey tail cactus here, orchids, succulents, lots of calathea as well. But let me take you and show you the most, like, in my opinion, the best part of it. So hopefully you guys can see behind me, but there is some sort of dinosaur that I don't even know what it's called. But if you look closely, they have like a neck frill that actually moves. Oh, I don't know why. It freaks me out, but also at the same time, I think is really cool. But yeah, you want to get in closer? I feel like the kids really like this. It equally freaks me out as well as equally, I think it's cool. So this one's great. I think this is actually like Malcolm's favorite thing in the whole show, and it is this moving land snail. We actually had last night for Twilight Night, like individuals dancing right in front here and the snail in the background doing this. And I thought it was so funny. I was like, oh, it's part of the act. The snail is dancing. Oh, all the kids are like touching the snail. It's so cute. And there's like eggs over there that the kids can like go in and take photos. Maybe we'll quickly go in because I can't help myself. So here we have some hanging displays. So they actually went through a competition of doing this. And so we've got some frames and split in half and different participants in the competition, and this is the one that I found most beautiful, and it actually won. So this is the Posy Crew, and the reason why I love this is pretty obvious, is that there are aroids in it. Hopefully you can see that there's like bananas and tropical things that we just love. You can see that there's like these bamboo. I don't even know how they did that. Yeah, can you see the bananas, Leanne? I'm surprised they're not like going brown. And then, so here we've got some like Dean McDowell's, like huge ones. Unfortunately, they are going more yellow because it's very similar to Wynn's foliage, is that they're cut, which means that unfortunately they can't last a long, long time, but those things are huge. We've also got, I believe that they thought that was a philodendron, but it's been reclassified as something else. But that is a huge, huge leaf. We've got some monstera leaves. Last but not least, the last thing that I want to show you guys is they've got, I believe, like Ikebana, or no, not Ikebana, something else. Anyway, I'll show you another display. Come, come. Oh, Leanne, look at those colors. So this one is a special mention. This was part of the floral design competition, and it's one of my favorites purely because it's simple, it's green, and I really love the furniture in here. So come take a look. So I like flowers, I don't love flowers, but I love the look of this. So I'm guessing these are hydrangeas and they are colored and beautiful. I'm really loving the furniture that is like wavy and cut really beautifully. Simple, but beautiful. And the last thing that we have inside the floral hall that I want to show you guys is this really cool display that's Botanical Moments competition and won. And so this is kokodamas that have been hung so that it looks like it's hair, and I think it's done really beautifully. So the kokodama, the way that they've twined it is done really beautifully and meticulously. It is really beautiful. Very clever. So this is one of my favorite things that when I come to the show I always look for, because they are here every year, and it is Winter Gardens greenhouses. So different to Sproutwell. Sproutwell I believe is is it Australian? Yeah, it is Australian. But this one is actually from New Zealand. So we are outside of the gardens, outside of Royal Exhibition Building, and here we have what they call the Achievable Gardens, which I personally really love because it gives me a lot of inspiration for my own backyard or front yard, because me and Jacob don't really have a backyard. They of course have some really outstanding, crazy landscapes out here, but I personally really like the Achievable Gardens because it shows us what is achievable in majority of people's homes. So I will show you my favorite one. And me and Mum came here last night and we both have the same one that we liked, which is this guy over here. So this one I really love purely because of the back. Like the fence I think is so clever. It's just something a little bit different, not by much, just the dark and the light contrasts. It's very simple. You got on the right side like very green, silvery light, and then on the right you've got really dark burgundy reds. Yeah, I really like the contrast. So for those of you that know me, this won't be a surprise that this is one of my favorite things that are at the show, and it's an ice cream gelato truck. Leanne, what would you like? Yeah, let's go! Ice cream, ice cream! Our gelato and ice cream, I think it's time to wrap this up so me and Leanne can eat our ice creams. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed touring around the Royal Exhibition Building as well as outside in the Carlton Gardens. It has been a crazy ride with Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show. It's probably been the toughest 3 months I've ever had in PCM's journey in the 4 years of the business. So it has been quite tough, but coming back to the gardens, being with the team has always been a joy. So we are glad that we are here yet again for our 3rd time in a row, and hopefully that we get to see some of your faces. And thank you so much for coming to say hi to us. And I guess for those of you that could not make it this year, maybe you'll make it to the next, or maybe we'll even see you at Plant Collector Fair up in Sydney. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye! Catch!